Today we'll be working on making rock candy. So some of our ingredients that we'll need is sugar, water, flavoring, and a little bit of food coloring just for fun. You'll want to try using these gel food colorings. They'll be a lot thicker, and the thickness will add to the deeper color, so your rock candy will not be as pale. You'll want a 3-to-1 ratio for sugar and water, 3 cups of sugar to every 1 cup of water. We're going to end up using 6 cups of sugar and 2 cups of water. For our supplies, we're going to be using a pot, stirring stick, a strainer, because our flavoring is going to be the lavender that we've grown outside, and a couple home good things. We've got a hot water craft, shish kebabs, wooden shish kebabs with our clothesline reels, and some mason jars. All right, so to begin, for making our rock candy, we want to get our skewers with the clothesline, and we're going to dump it in water. We want to get it nice and wet. And then we're going to dump it in our sugar solution, or just our sugar. This is going to be granulated sugar. Now, why we want to do this beforehand is this allows the rock candy sugar to really grab hold of this wooden skewer. Now we're going to do that to all 4 of our rock candy pieces, because this recipe is going to make 4 rock candy pieces. A nice even coat. We stick our last one in here to let it dry. We're going to set these aside for right now. So you can see all of them have an even coat of that granulated sugar. Now while those are drying, we're going to add 2 cups of water to our pot, and then we're going to turn it on to high and let that come to a boil. Our water is boiling. We're going to start by adding our 3 cups of sugar into it, but we're going to do this in small increments. So we're going to add a little bit of water, and then we're going to stir. Now this may take some time, but you want to do this slowly. Otherwise, your sugar is going to end up sticking to the bottom and burning. And we're not making caramel. As you can see, I'm going to keep stirring until I can't feel that sugar at the bottom, and then I'll add another. And you guys should be able to hear that. It almost sounds like rocks are rubbing up against the metal. We're going to do this until we've got 3 cups. And at that point, we should have our sugar will want to stop dissolving. And that's when we'll know that it's ready to add the food coloring and our flavoring. All right. Now we've added our 3 cups of sugar in. I've added about a half a cup more. This was because what you want to see is the water kind of it wants to stop absorbing it, and the sugar kind of starts to struggle to dissolve that in the water. That's where you're going to want to stop after that 3 cups of sugar, when it reaches that point where the sugar stops dissolving in the water. So now we're going to turn this on medium. We are going to add our 2 tablespoons or 3 teaspoons of lavender. And this lavender we've gotten straight from the garden here at the Faulkner County Library. We're going to let that stir in, and that is already just very heavily lavender. It's wonderful. We're going to also add 2 drops of blue and 2 drops of purple. Already that's nice amethyst color. We might need to add another. Really, this is to your liking. For the coloration, I like mine really dark. Your water, you want this to be much darker than what your rock candy is going to turn out. So if you can see that past a blue, we've got a really nice deep blue purple. Now we're going to turn off our heat and let it rest for 20 to 30 minutes. While we're doing that, just before that 20 to 30 minutes is up, we're going to start our hot water kettle and get these mason jars prepped. You're going to pour hot water into them and then dump that out. Now that our sugar solution has cooled, we're heating up some water and we're going to pour it into our mason jars. This is just going to preheat our mason jars, so when we transfer our sugar solution into our jars, it doesn't crack and it kind of preps the sides of the. While we're waiting for that, we're going to strain our solution so we get all of that lavender out. So now we have this deep blue, purple, lavender smelling sugar solution that doesn't have any of our little lavender flowers inside of it. Make sure to use an oven mitt with this next part, because when we're using hot water, it's going to make these jars very hot. We're going to pour the water into the jars. Now that our water is hot, we're going to add it to our mason jars. We're going to let them sit like this for about 30 seconds. We're going to quickly dump them out. We want to make sure that each of our solutions have an equal amount of sugar in them. So I'm going to just eyeball it. This is what eyeballing gets you. So now that we have our rock candy in here, we're going to gently insert. Your sticks should be about 1 inch from the bottom, and you're going to leave them like this for a few days. Keep them undisturbed in a dark container or a dark closet space where they're not going to see a lot of light. But you should see crystals forming within 2 to 4 hours. If you don't see any crystals within 24 hours, you're going to want to take this liquid, remelt it down, and add more sugar. If you're not getting crystals, that means you don't have enough sugar in your mixture, in your solution. Thank you for joining us today. Be sure to like and subscribe. If you enjoy this, you definitely should go check out our cookbook corner, as well as our book nook, where we discuss different types of books.